Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today in this video you will see the BD first year Sem 1 philosophy subject notes. Today's topic was Eastern systems of philosophy, Nyaya and logical reality. Here in this topic we will see the detailed description of this subject. Existence of his objects and things of world are independent of the knowledge or mind, where the images, ideas, feelings of pleasure and pain are dependent on some mind, that is, an individual mind is necessary to experience them. The realistic view about the worldly realities is based on the logical grounds and critical reflections. Liberation is possible only through a true knowledge of reality. This true knowledge gives an insight into an understanding of what knowledge is, how to distinguish true knowledge from false knowledge. Epistemologically or theory of knowledge. The theory of reality of Nyayikas is dependent on the theory of knowledge, the acceptable and approved source of knowledge. According to the Nyaya system of philosophy, perception, inference, comparison, and testimony are the types of the Nyaya system. According to the perception, the Nyayika's perception can be defined as a definite cognition which is produced by a sense object contact and its true. For instance, I perceive an object or thing, that is, I see a fruit. My eyes is in a contact with that fruit and I am sure that of the fruit before me. But in case of a distinct object, think about something else. Thus, perception is an indefinite cognition, not a true perception. In other words, perception can also be defined as immediate cognition or cognition due to the stimulation of the sensory organs. Many other systems and some of the Nyayas also accepted it. Vedantis and some of the principles of Nyayika's rejection perception without sense means object contact. Here, perception can be classified as ordinary, extraordinary, external, and internal. Here we can see the detail of the perception. Ordinary. Direct sense contact with an objective means visual, auditory, tactful, gustatory, olfactory, and mental. Saivikalpa, Nirvakalpa, and Pratibhanjana. Here in the extraordinary, not direct through some other unusual. Samanya Sana. Perception of universal nature of the things, that is, receiving a manhood. Janana Lakasana. Basic sense of touch qualities built are perceived through sight, that is, ice looks cold, fire looks hot. Yojanta. Perceived through a supernatural way, that is, Yoga Abhyasana. Here now you will see the external part. Through sensation, organs of smell, taste, sight, touch, and hearing. According to the internal, it is not by material elements, bhutas, through a mind or mass and perceives the qualities of soul, means desire, aversion, willing, pleasure, pain, and cognition. According to the inferiors, anumana literally means a cognition or knowledge which follows some other knowledge. For instance, the hill is fiery because it is smoke, and whenever it is smokes, it is a fiery. Here we start with the perception of a smoke in the hill to the knowledge of existence of fire in the hill. That is based on our previous knowledge. According to the Dr. B. N. Seal, it is can be stated like this: Anumana is a process of ascertaining not by perception or direct observation, but through the instruction mentally or medium of mark. That is, a thing process a certain character. Upamana or comparison. It is the third source of valid knowledge according to the Nayikas. This is not accepted by any other system of Eastern philosopher as a separate valid source of knowledge. Upamana is nothing but acquiring knowledge about something by comparing it with the similarities of other familiar things. That is, child or a man recognize guva as similar to the cow and remembers the description of acquires. Knowledge, that is, the guva is an animal resembles the cow. but the other systems call it as form of inference. Sabdha. The fourth source of valid knowledge according to Nyayas is Sabdha. The statement of sentence comes from the trustworthy person, authoritative texts or sources. Sabdha could be a perceptible where evidence is given about the knowledge, person, saint and scriptures. Imperceptible, supersensible relatives given by scientists. Laukika and Vaidika, a statement word of arranged in a certain way. And the next, Nyaya theory and the concept of a god. There is no except mention of a god in any Nyayakas, but they feel that the grace of God is necessary for the liberation of the self. Also, they feel God is the external and infinite self, who is the basis for creation, sustenance, and destruction. He governs all the individuals and self morally. The existence of God can be proved by the theory of caution, argument of Adarsta, and the authority of scriptures. And Shruti as a testimony. The educational implications of Nayakas. This is basically a system of philosophy is laid more focus on acquisition of knowledge through different sources of pragmas. It is major contribution to the knowledge acquisition and process. Thus, the implication can be drawn from like the system as there are very insights for the education can be aimed to provide the skills of logical thinking, rigorous criticism, science of reasoning, science of critical study, more importantly, the liberation of ultimate aim, absolute cessation of pain and suffering, acquire the knowledge of reality itself to solve the problem of life, logic, and epistemology. Curriculum. It can be understood from the basics of four concepts of philosophy, that is, physical world, process of liberation, testimony of Vedas, theology, and language. Methods. Nyayaka's philosophy explicits the focus on the following of the obtaining knowledge. They are perception, sabdha, logical, inference, recitation, analytical, upamana, lecture, and meditation. And the last one is discipline. Self-discipline, freedom, spirituality, and liberation through freedom of self-teacher should provide all necessary language to develop logical thinking, rigorous criticism. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel.